stuff that's going on. So in case you missed something here, go back and rewatch it there on our YouTube channel. Let's kick things off with welcoming our newest family member. Stuff that's going on. It always freaks me out. I don't know which screen to look at. So would like to proudly welcome Lee Norman, recently joining us, heavy influencer here in San Diego, and is excited to start her journey. And she's going to be working with Alicia in the Launch Coaching Program. So welcome, Lee. When you see her around, give her a nice high five. I'm going to open this up to you guys. Share some wins, share some bucket fills. What are you grateful for?
You know what? This is Cal. I'd like to start off. Is that okay?
Please, Cal, go for it.
Fantastic. I want to thank everybody for allowing me to join Keller Williams San Diego Metro. I moved here from Texas. I heard some really, really awesome things about Keller Williams San Diego Metro. And as soon as I passed my exam, I ran back home. I mean, literally from LA, I ran down the 5. Made that phone call to Drew. I got Coach Clarissa on my team, man. And I don't mean to disrespect anybody else, but, our team, man, we'll be doing a little Will and Dylan here coming up. So
there you go, man. There you go. Love it. Well,
shout out to Coach Clarissa as well. She's awesome, man.
Love it. Love it. Well, dude, thank you so much for being part of our crazy little family. It's just like we're honored to have you here. And no doubt, I know that even just from the whispers of what's going on over there at Coach Clarissa's group got going on, big things are coming. Great job, man.
Thanks, sir.
Of course. All right. Love it. All right. I don't know if anybody can beat that. Give us some good vibes. Give a little shout out.
I have one. I would like to give a shout out to a couple of really awesome realtors in our office. I just got out of my 4th quarantine. This time it was a family law attorney that exposed me, but I'm safe. But most importantly, I want to give a shout out to Christine Paul and Rob Paul. Not only are they rockstar realtors, Christine is a rockstar notary. They saved my butt with all my clients this weekend. So I was still able to get clients in escrow, get properties shown. Thanks to those two. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Awesome. Oh, and I was going to say, Rob, how's your foot coming along, by the way, bud?
Yeah, it's coming along. Got my checkup tomorrow. And just want to thank everybody again for the flowers from you guys. It's really unexpected, but, it's like, hey, God's gonna get some flowers one time in his life, right?
Yeah. Well, we love you, man, and thank you for the support that you give to all of those around us, including Bridget, right? So thank you. This is the whole part of this little crazy family that we got going on. So thank you, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Make sure that if we did not get to you for any bucket fills and you want to do some additional shout outs, give some love, share some love, post it in the chat box as well, if not on our Facebook page. In regards to celebrations, so the SoCal region, the entire region, do we know roughly how many associates are in the entire region?
I think we're at like 4,600.
Yeah, so out of
it's San Diego County and most of Orange County.
Yeah. And so just so you guys know, we're posting these little acknowledgments. So whenever you're seeing like top members in the region, as far as whether it be individuals, Lisa's been acknowledged, Gary and Amy Bloom, the BG group, they've been acknowledged, and we're going to get to that in a hot second. But this is the context. These are members of this family out of 4,600 people. So this is a big deal to be recognized by the region, and sharing some good vibes in regards to the awards and honors for Lisa Bolkin on your $3.5 million listing. So amazing job, Lisa. Great job. So really pulling it forward with the luxury team. Next up, would like to go into the training calendar. So next event that we have coming up, so KDB Command Tech Training with Salma every Tuesday at 9:30, and then every Thursday at 11. Scripts practice Tuesdays through Thursdays from 8:30 to 9:30. Is this new?
Yep.
And Friday's back on with Coach K. Whoop, whoop. So that's going to be from 8:30 to 9:30 as well. And then Ignite, back by popular demand, starting November 3rd. November 3rd through November 20th. I was like, there's 2 dates. Which do I look at? All right, cool. Let's see. Save the date as well for November 4th, the team meeting. We've got a special guest, Robert Sagamonian. Now, he is the regional tech director for all of us. So he's going to be presenting, giving us all of the different updates, keeping us up to in the loop in regards to KW Command. So make sure to save that on there. And then Evie is also launching a poll right now on Zoom. So if you can all draw your attention to that. This is to choose your top KW Tech topic that you would like Robert to focus on. So if everybody can take a hot second, give me a thumbs up that you can see the poll.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing
Beautiful.
some answers. Thank you, everyone.
All right, right now leading the way. I feel like it's a racehorse, right? Opportunities section. Now it's campaigns. Campaigns leading the way. All right, do I hear campaigns? Do I hear opportunities? What's up? Coming up. All right, so it looks like campaigns and opportunities are the ones that are neck and neck. So we're going to be watching these poll results. So as you're filling that out, please make sure to keep us engaged so we know exactly what to tell Robert to focus on. So thank you for your engagement. Ashley, while people are still filling out that poll, would you mind sharing a little bit of information in regards to your business planning clinic on November 6th at 10:30?
So it is next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday. And every year we do a business planning clinic. Keller Williams University writes the new course almost every year. And they've rewritten it this year for digital delivery. I've done it one time so far for one of the LA regions, and it's actually really good. So I'm excited. I did scale it down a little bit because I don't know about you guys. I had my first 7-hour Zoom last week, and it's not something I want to do again. So we'll do it in about 5 hours and with a break in between. So 2.5-hour chunks. So next Friday, you can go into 2021 with a really detailed business plan focused on the 4 models and with your GPS or 135 at the end of it.
Awesome. So make sure, and how do we register for that, Evie?
I'll be posting the registration link so y'all can save the spot today.
Yay. So again,
Marissa, that's a great question. Evie will have to answer it. Will the business planning clinic overlap with Ignite? We'll do our best not to. That would.
Yeah, I'm working with the instructor on that day so that we don't have any overlaps.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. So just as a heads up, as far as those that have responded so far, it looks like campaigns is going to be the topic that we're going to be focusing on. So this is absolutely huge. As you all know, fortune is in your follow-up. So by focusing on those campaigns, really catering it to your clients' needs, and in every situation, we're locking that in as the winner. So great job, guys. Thank you for your feedback on that. Would love to pass this over. Many of us know him as the sharpest guy in our sphere, in our own network. But don't take my advice. Don't take my word for it. Hear it from Eric himself. Eric, take it away.
Man, awesome. Thank you, Steven. Good to see everybody. I'm excited to be here. And you know it's going to be a great Wednesday when the knife guy shows up to your Zoom meeting. Woo-woo! For those of you who haven't met yet, I'm Eric Gilman, the sharpest guy you know, with Cutco Closing Gifts. As we're talking about the calendar too, before I forget, we don't just sell knives and change lives over here. Our team specializes in client retention, putting systems in place to make sure you stay top of mind forever. I'm actually going to share one of those systems very quickly with you today. But if you're interested in building a business that's like ours, that's over 50% repeat and referral-based business, if you're interested in building a business that's over 50% repeat and referral-based business, wave your hands in the air like you just don't care. Perfect. November 18th, 12:30. November 18th at 12:30. 7 keys for lifetime client retention. I will be sharing sharp retentions, simple and effective keys for lifetime client retention. For those of you who don't know what we do, and I want to share one of those keys with you today very briefly, our team for the last decade has been taking a brand of super high quality knives called Cutco knives. They're 100% American made. They're all guaranteed forever, and we custom engrave it. Harder to see there with your name, your logo, your tagline. They're engraved with all your stuff on there. Because look, every home you're selling has a kitchen, and it keeps you top of mind forever. But very briefly today, I want to lead with value and give you my birthday system for lifetime client retention. Okay, it's the 3 do's and the 3 don'ts of very simply making people feel loved on the most important day of the year. All right, we all with me? Nod if you're with me. Beautiful. All right, so 3 do's. Number 1 do is to send them a message like this via Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger is your friend. If everyone would look at the chat, you're gonna send something very simple. Everybody deserves at least a message on their birthday. Now, remember, this is a system, meaning it's time blocked every single day. This is copy and pasted in there, all right? So send that. The number 2 thing, the number 2 do is step it up a notch. Not every client is created equal, but for those top 10, 20% of people, send them a great video. Take out your video, your camera. I'm sure it's on you already. Grab yourself a couple of these. Happy birthday, Ashley. Just want to take a second and wish you a super happy birthday. Insert 3 sentences about why you love that person so much. I hope you have a wonderful birthday and make this year your best one yet. That's not for everybody, but for those top important people, send them a quick video. And then the 3rd do, and don't worry, the don'ts are much faster than the do's. The 3rd do is send them something cool. Pick up a gold envelope and put a handwritten card in it. There's no such thing as someone who gets mad about an unexpected, belated birthday gift. Send them a sticker. It says, best day of my life. This reminds me of the first day we met. If you're a huge fan of them or they're a huge fan of yours, send them a wacky wavy inflatable tube man. It says, I'm a huge fan of yours. The point is, send them something cool. Have stuff on hand ready to send. Okay, the 3 don'ts, real simple. Don't write on their wall. Send a message via Facebook Messenger. It has a much higher open rate. That's according to Forbes. Don't write on the wall. Number 2, don't forget to double check the names. Okay, you're sending a lot of these messages. This is a system. Don't send a message to Ashley that says, happy birthday, Stephen. All right, don't forget to double check the names. And then the 3rd thing is don't send a bad gift. What's a bad gift? A bad gift is something that doesn't represent the lifetime relationship you plan on having with your clients. For the last 10 years, our team has been supplementing people in their business with the highest quality gift available in the world. Wine, champagne, gift cards, gift baskets. Where do they all end up? Shout it out. Trash, garbage, eat and drink. So every home you're selling has a kitchen. Your clients are home now more than ever. And there's no better time to appreciate your clients. So we take your name, we put it on a high quality American-made knife. It's 100% tax deductible. They're guaranteed forever. Your clients use them every single day. We already work with, I'm looking at our screen here, and look at Deb Brown and John Fields. Hello. Feel free to chime in after I'm done if you want to say any awesome things about Cutco BG Group. And I'm looking at Emily, Peggy, hello, Ashley, all of us. So I appreciate all your business over the years. I want to wrap it up here in the interest of time. We ship you a supply of gifts to have on hand for the year. We bill you over a couple months, interest-free. I want to follow up with people who want more information about our gifts. I'm also going to do a raffle at the end of this meeting. So here's how this works. Pull out your phones. Everyone probably already has their phone on them. I'm going to have you text me with your name and your email. That's how you get entered in the drawing. If you would like to get together with me for 15 to 20 minutes, I will send you a free piece of Cutco just for meeting. And let me explain our program to you. You will put the word SHARP, S-H-A-R-P. So name and email to be entered in the drawing. Put the word SHARP at the bottom. The number 858-255-1142. Say it again. Name and email to be entered in the drawing. Put the word SHARP, S-H-A-R-P, and I'll respond with some times if you'd like to get together. I'll send you a free piece of Cutco just for meeting with me. That's 858-255-1142. I'll put that in the chat. Closings, client appreciation events, referral gifts, home anniversaries, holiday gifts, and most importantly, holiday gifts in general right now. So I appreciate all of your time. I hope everybody has a super sharp rest of your day. On behalf of myself and the entire Sharp Retention family, thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your KW Metro family as well. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for sharing. Love those do's and don'ts. And Eric, when you get a chance, check out the chat box. Some people got some questions for you. So thank you again for sharing, bud. I'm going to then take this great energy, pass it over to Broker Bob for some launch and growth coaching updates. Please, BB.
Thank you, Stevie. Okay, Evie, can we get the
It's up and running, baby.
thank you. Congratulations. A huge shout out for people in Alicia's coaching program. Eric Harris opened his first
I'm sorry.
opened an escrow and closed an escrow. Sorry, I can't read that quick. He is in Alicia's growth program, by the way. And Jenna closed an escrow. Congratulations, Jenna. And Haiti sent out her very first referral. Congratulations, Haiti. And then Mr. Paul closed his first escrow, his own listing. If you didn't see his Facebook and Instagram and stories, he did it. Great job, Paul. And then Mustafa, who's also in growth, closed another escrow. Great job, Mustafa. Welcome back from the company you came back from. And then Carrie Dunn closed an escrow on her own listing. It was a referral from another local SD realtor. That's a great job, Carrie. Was that the one in the beach area? Great job.
Yeah, Mission Beach.
Awesome. Great job. That was a good one. And Emmanuel Velardes opened an escrow in Clarissa's coaching program. Great job, Emmanuel.
Woo-hoo.
And then Quentin Wells got a BRE signed. Great job. I am proud. That's the most important thing. Get those BRE signed in this market, you guys. You're in the middle of a pandemic and these people need to be committed to you. And then who joined Clarissa's launch program? Joe Villalivas, Joel Burns, Candace Burns, and Aaron Versace. I know what it is.
Yes.
Nice Showgirls reference.
And then that's it. And then just for a quick broker update from compliance, we have not made for a compliance review to get your check PDVs. So if you have a listing and you have people entering the property, what we are seeing a habit of is we are not getting all the PDVs. We might get one. So we know that an appraiser has probably gone in, a home inspector has gone in. Several people have gone in during that time for an escrow. So be aware, we have not made it mandatory, but we will be putting those in the compliance review. And if we are not seeing enough PDVs, we're going to ask why, and we need to have those in there for final review so you get your check in time. All right, back to you, Stephen.
Awesome. All right, awesome. And then also just continuing on with the good vibes here real quick. So if you've been missing scripts practice, shame, I'm just kidding. But we have been really focusing on setting those expectations, and additional shout out to Chris Ross for really setting the expectation as far as saying we're only going to see 5 properties. Well, he happened to show one more and ended up opening escrow on just showing a total of 6 properties. And in this kind of competitive nature, setting that expectation was huge. So Chris Ross, great job on setting that expectation and pulling through for your buyer. So great job. Would like to pass this over to Movement Mortgage. Ed, Wes, and Amanda, give us an update, please.
Hey guys, I haven't been on in a little while. We've been kind of swamped and crazy busy, but closing all your guys' loads. Wes is on today too, but I wanted to touch base kind of about something, just problems that we've been seeing in general, right? Like whenever we come across an issue, it's always kind of cool to share it with you guys. So right now I have a client who said that they don't have any defaulted government debt on their loan application, because that is a question on the loan application. We pulled their credit. There was nothing in default on their credit report. And when we went through underwriting, there is a report that's pulled by the underwriter through Data Verify and through something called CABRS. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's essentially like a giant credit report for any government loans, and it's ran and managed through HUD. If you're doing a VA or an FHA loan and you have defaulted student loan debt, which is considered a government debt typically, right, unless it's through a private lender, or any type of defaulted government debt whatsoever, you cannot get any more government money, which probably doesn't come as a surprise for most of you. So essentially this client forgot about this defaulted student loan, and now we cannot close unless she pays it off, which is $30,000. So I just kind of wanted to like bring that to your attention. If you guys get into a situation and you have a lender that's saying, oh, they don't have a clear CABRS, it's not probably it could be the lender's fault for not asking the right questions, but it also could just be because the client never disclosed it and it didn't show up on the credit report. And that's the case for my client. She completely forgot about it. She didn't realize she was lying on her loan application. And now we're trying to fix a $30,000 problem. I actually did come up with a solution today. I won't get into the details on that, but we're going to close it. However, just kind of wanted to kind of mention that to you guys. Again, sometimes when you deal with issues, it's nice to just kind of know how or what they are, and you can kind of keep a lookout for them and then be prepared when it comes across your table. What do you do? Or if it ever happens to you, you can call me and be like, how did you fix that problem? And I'd be happy to kind of give you guys a little bit more detail. Also, I am 7 days away from my due date. So that's happening. It's coming out at some point. It's got to come out. So I'm going to include in the group chat contact information for my right-hand partner, Ariana. I'm actually not going on formal maternity leave. Surprise, surprise, we're going to be working still. I am going to be checked out for probably about 2 weeks solid. I'm going to try really hard not to work. I'm going to wrap up a few files, but as far as like new clients and stuff, Ariana will be handling those initial phone calls, which she's more than capable of doing. We've been, working together for over 4 years now. So if anyone has any questions or needs anything, her contact information is included in the group chat. Wes, you have anything? I haven't heard you yet, so I just want to make sure.
I was just going to add that the election is under a week away now. And, the last time we had a presidential election, we saw 3 days of triple-digit swings in the market. So we are a little under a week away from what could be a dramatic change in interest rates in the market. So, we really don't know how that's going to unfold until we get there. We, of course, have COVID going on right now that we didn't have going on in the last presidential election. But there is volatility and turmoil expected ahead. So advise your clients appropriately, and everybody buckle up and hang on for the ride. We'll be here to help you through it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And so, thank you again for all of the support that you guys provide us. And Amanda, please cut the cord to business while you're on maternity leave. So please get that time away with you and your baby. All right, next up, let's see, our very own escrow company, A+ Escrow. Justin, Bob, catch us up to speed.
Hey guys, how's it going? Justin, A+ Escrow. Just wanted to shoot in for just a minute regarding taxes. Property taxes, our first half came out a couple weeks ago. If you guys have anybody in escrow and your sellers aren't aware, or they're thinking about making that payment to the county, tell them to stop. If you guys are closing before November or before December 10th, before they become delinquent, you guys are going to want to have title and escrow pay those for your seller. It creates a huge problem on their back end for title and for the county. If they have to try to prove the payment's been made, if the check has been sent, if the credit card payment's gone through, it causes delays. So fortunately, with our transactions that are going on now, we don't have any of those problems, obviously. But for you guys that are using outside title and escrow, please just let your sellers know that, if you're closing before December 10, do not pay those taxes. They will be paid for you by your escrow company. Everything else, yep, pretty smooth flying. Amanda, we are so excited for your baby. Woo! And yep, that's all. Have a great day, everybody.
Love it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. All right, next up, our ALC Minute with our Culture Committee, Bridget. What you got for us?
Thank you, Stephen. Hello, everybody. If you can believe it, Halloween is here. So it is time. I'm going to put in the chat box our link. I think Eve has it. Oh, no, I can't. There we go. Okay. So this Thursday, that's actually tomorrow, we are going to have our happy hour. Just come on in. If you guys are out and about and you only have 5 minutes, just come say hi. We'd love to see your face. We'd love to catch up, just hear what everybody's been up to. From 5 to 6, super casual. I am now removing the password on it. So you don't have to worry and stress about the password. I just deleted it. All you have to do is just put your real name so I know it's you, so we can let you into the room. Okay, so let me know if you guys have any questions, reach out. We also have a couple more events. You guys know about the cookie drive coming up and our holiday office party. We'll post that again in our Facebook group just so you guys remember. But thank you for your support for our events. Yes, Friday, December 4th, holiday party, cookie drive, Tuesday, December 8th with our lovely Super Susan. And we have another event we're working on. I will probably have the details for you next week. That'll be spearheaded by our beautiful broker Bob, Triple B, and our amazing what do you call it? StreamYard expert Vinny. So we'll let you guys know about that event soon. And back to you, Stephen.
Awesome. Thank you for the update. And now we're going to pass this over to some property pitches. Now remember, write these down. Share this with your database. This is how you stay top of mind. Even if you don't have a specific update, this is a great opportunity to let them know that you know of a seller that is coming soon, that is likely going to be selling, and you can share this information. This may not be what you're looking for, but let me know if you know anybody who might be interested in this property or any others. Claudine, share. Ooh, this is a gorgeous one. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, so this is Alta, 575 6th Avenue, unit 1903. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1195 square feet. Amazing. The pictures just don't do it justice, the views. It's a southeast corner, listed at 1.15. The HOAs are 634, which is pretty awesome for, downtown.
Yeah.
2 side-by-side parking spaces that are just golden. They're right by the elevator. Nice size storage. Took this listing on Monday. I've sold several properties with this client. I have to be at all showings. Let me know if you've got a client wanting to see it.
Excellent. Great job on that, Claudine. Great job. So do we have any others? I know that we don't have any pictures, but anybody else have a coming soon that you would like to share with all 90 of us?
I have one. I just signed it's Amy, for those of you that can't see me. I just signed a listing agreement this morning on a house that's in a PUD in Spring Valley. It's right off of Austin Road, if you guys know where that is, kind of Rancho San Diego area. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-story house. HOA is $235 a month and the list price is $499. It does have an upgraded kitchen, but the rest of the place is pretty much in need of overhaul. So we're probably going to go live at the end of next week. If I can get my photographer in there on Monday, we'll go live by Thursday. So please sell it. These people want to move to Indiana. They found a house to buy in Indiana. They didn't expect to list it right away. We were going to wait till December, but they found a place and they're pretty anxious to get out. Hence the really great price.
Love it. Great job, Amy.
And I'll post it on the Facebook thing.
Awesome.
The little whatever it is.
Yay.
I have one.
Go for it,
Hello.
Brent.
Hey, how are you guys? I haven't been around for a while. I have a new listing. It's 4425 Cherokee Avenue. Cross the street is Mead. It's a 3-bedroom, 2 full baths, and the full baths have shower tub and a half bath downstairs. It's got solar panels. Great little, it was built in 2004. So it has upgrades. I have it listed at $100,000. My clients found a property in Washington. I wasn't planning on putting it on the market this soon, but they did find something in Washington, and so they're motivated. So call me if you need to. My number is 619-200-6729.
Great job.
Thank
guys,
you.
This is
I've got one too, guys.
Oh, look at all this abundance. Yeah, share it.
Okay, so we have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath coming up in El Cajon. I'll get you guys more details on it. We are signing the listing agreement in T-minus 58 minutes. So it is hot off the press. And get this, hold on to your panties. It's under $350,000. So if you have VA, get it our way right now. We'd love to do a deal off market with you guys before it ever hits the hot papers.
Woof. All right. Okay. Who says that? Okay. This is amazing. We now have this whole plethora of housing available, right? All of which, these are now 4, and I'm sure there's more other people that are being a little shy, right? I'm watching the escrows being opened and the listings being signed. There's more on there. Get this out to your database. Are we clear? Get it out to your database. Touch them. They need to hear about these competitive edges, right? Joseph Acosta, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet in Terrasana, fully renovated, expected to list in December, between December and January. So for further questions, hit up Joseph, slide into his DMs. It's another property that we got. Table these out. Remember, drip on your people that these buyers are nurturing. They may see this property and want to pop. We just heard 2 examples where these sellers found a property, need to sell. So not going to beat a dead horse. Do it, please. All right. So the real star of the show for today is Broker Bob. There's a lot of confusion, and lead us out of the darkness, Robert, please.
Well, thank you, Stephen. So if anybody's going to be sending me messages in the chat, know that I probably won't be able to see it because I'm kind of going through kind of prepared notes that I made up so that I make sure that I cover everything. And by the way, it's really great to see 85 people on the call this week. I don't think we've had that many people in a while. Usually we had about 67, 70.
We all want to know how to use the MLS.
Yeah, well, it's nice to see the extra 15 that never show up, Jared Jardot, on a regular basis. I guilted him into showing up.
Watch it.
Anyway, all right. So I think it's important before I go into what the issues you guys have voiced so eloquently on social media about your frustration with what's going on with the MLS. I want to give a little historical context. And of course, Ashley, I'm glad you're here. So if you anytime want to pipe in, feel free.
Probably cannot.
Okay. So let's talk about what 2020 is bringing about. 2020 is bringing about rapid changes. And in technology in particular, technology rapidly changes each and every day. And I want you to remember, whenever something is updated and something changes, has anybody ever been frustrated? Like I know I am right now with Facebook. They just changed their look and feel of their page, and we're all used to one certain page. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that page because I don't know where everything is now. Or whenever Apple will update their operating system and you download it, and all of a sudden everything's kind of different. Remember now, these changes are developed by engineers, not by agents. So when I say engineers are thinking more structurally in their head. They're not doing from an application where they're using it daily like you guys are. If you all remember when LinkedIn was first launched, it was launched and made by engineers. And people didn't really adapt to it because LinkedIn was built by engineers. Really, you had to have an engineer mind to use it. And recently, they've become more user-friendly with LinkedIn. So because they realize, hey, we kind of built this platform. It's a great platform, but it kind of sucks for the average person if you're not really a techie. So they changed some things. So what is the MLS? Well, if you've listened to Gary Keller and what he's talked about with his creation of Command, he will say that the war is on for data, and it's all about data. For those of us that are old enough to remember, in the olden days, we didn't have computers or technology, but we had what we used to call MLS books. And every week, real estate agents would wait for the MLS book to come out so we can see what was made available for sale. And I see Dana smiling. So for you guys to complain that you don't have instant access to your data, you're preaching to the choir. Be us old timers where all you got was a book to go through
and there was one book per office.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm giving you some historical reference. Now, in the late 90s, early 2000s, enter technology. The data wars were on. The data wars were on between the public, because the Realtor Association, they wanted access to the data, And the realtors didn't want to give it out because we wanted to keep our data and we didn't want anybody to see it. So that was one of the first wars that developed. The second war that developed were associations. Associations wanting to maintain control over their data and the members' data because the association wants to stay intact because they are driven by members paying your monthly dues or your annual dues. And that's important for an association. So that's the historical context about data and where the wars began. Now, let me explain, because I know there's a lot of misunderstanding about who is SDAR, that's the San Diego Association of Realtors, PSAR, that's the South Bay one, NSDCAR, that's North County, and there's a sprinkling of the other ones in San Diego called REBA, that's the La Jolla Real Estate Brokers Association in Plobra, and the Coronado, which is, I believe, Korea. Well, these are associations to promote your business relationships with real estate professionals through networking, education, marketing, community service, and events, and protecting the interests and rights of people that belong to the association. So as an office, we are members of SDAR. And because we had members from South Bay that joined us and they were members of PSAR, we also became a member of PSAR, which so you could be a member of SDAR, which is our preference because that's where we were the only member of in our office, but we have PSAR. We are not members of North County because we don't have members, we don't have agents up there that do enough business to warrant us to join that. And both of those organizations, PSAR and North County, actually changed their rules with us this year that in the past, they gave us a complimentary membership as an office. Well, effective in 2021, they're telling us, no, you have to be full members and you have to pay for the MLS access that we're giving you. So we as an office had to evaluate the expense and the cost, and we decided we're just going to be members of SDAR and PSAR, which is South Bay. And PSAR was also the El Cajon, so East County, but they merged as well too. Now, the second thing I want to clear up is then who is SDMLS and CRMLS? Well, these are the MLS platforms that the associations I just mentioned allow you to share your listings and get data from. So think of that as just the MLS platforms that is the fuel behind the sharing of listings and sales data between your members within the organizations. Now, I'll give you another little historical context. Well, why do we have SDAR, PSAR, North San Diego County Association of Realtors? Well, in the past, a couple of years ago, we used to have all of them, the North County, the South Bay, and Association of Realtors, all were owners in what we called Paragon. Paragon is the platform that drove the MLS for all three of those associations. Well, enter a divorce, and it was a very dirty divorce. Without going into the politics, SDAR decided to divorce PSAR and NSDCAR. So PSAR in North County went off on their own little island and said, we're done with you, Greater San Diego Association of Realtors. We want to leave you because we want to join a new platform called CRMLS. So thus began the divorce proceedings with lawyers and attorneys, and it was not really an amicable split. They were held up in some legal action and lawyers for a couple of years. And then a couple of years ago, they finally made the split. And this is where everybody's getting confused. Because now SDAR bought Paragon or is maintaining Paragon and kept Paragon, where in the past, Paragon had membership of all three of those associations, and each association had a percentage share. So I hope I'm explaining this well enough. If not, just say, hey, wait a minute, hold on. But I'm trying to explain it as good as I possibly can. But anyway, so SDAR then kept their own MLS, which is now called SDMLS. So when you see SDAR, they use an MLS called SDMLS. When you are with PSAR North County, you are using a platform called CRMLS, which is which is not only just those two associations, but they also have sister associations in the LA Orange County area. Okay, so they're part of a broader network. So then the split happened. Well, what does that mean? Well, the engines that drove the MLSs separated. SDAR kept Paragon, and PSAR, and I'm going to use PSAR instead of saying PSAR in North County because it's too much, but just think of I'm saying the two things. They joined CRMLS, but they kept the engine of Paragon for a little bit. And then in September of this year, they had a complete split where the engine that drives Paragon, which is controlled, and hold on, I want to get the name of this. Something like that. The engine that is controlled by Paragon, there's actually a few MLS vendors across the US. There's like maybe 4 or 5 of them. Well, Paragon is vendored by Black Knight. Okay. CRMLS, which is what is now using what they call Core Logic. So they're using Matrix. So that's another vendor. So we got 2 separate vendors supporting data share in San Diego. And I know I've probably confused a lot of you, but just think of it as they all want to drive the same car, but what's in the engine is completely different on how it operates. One uses a gas engine and one might use a diesel engine. So when they did that split in September, what happened was CRMLS kept a Paragon look and feel with a Matrix background or engine. And SDMLS kept the Paragon. So how does that, and then why now is the data not syncing up? Well, here's the biggest hurdle that happened. The biggest hurdle from the CRMLS switch on 9/21 is that CRMLS members now use a different version of Paragon. Their version is similar to their CRMLS version of Matrix. And then SDMLS Paragon fields have not changed and remain the same. So it's the fields, that's the data exchange. So remember, MLS associations agree to exchange data, but the fields aren't matching up and they're not the same for each other as they're trying to talk to each other. The other issue with the CRMLS sold history in Paragon, and this is a known issue that has been presented to CRMLS by SDAR, and CRMLS is working on a solution to allow sold history of up to 10 years. So basically, so if you are with SDAR and using SDMLS and you sold something that was in CRMLS with a South Bay realtor, maybe you used a South Bay realtor years ago because they had the listing, it's the sold history that's not being sent over from CRMLS. So as of yesterday, CRMLS confirmed that they are only sending sold history from 2013 and newer. So if you represented a buyer on a property, let's say in South Bay, and that South Bay agent, and you did it in 2011, and that South Bay agent was a member of PSAR, then that sold data is not coming over as sold data to SDMLS yet. They're working on a workaround. They're not sure why this is the case, but it's new to everybody, and they are talking internally about this. The other issue is your search result discrepancies between the two systems. Again, this is a matter of SDMLS agents adjusting their search criteria to match the CRMLS version of Paragon. Remember, the SDMLS fields remain the same, but the CRMLS post split have changed. So that might be why you might have a search that you've already put in the parameters for, and you go to pull the search, and then all of a sudden you see that there's maybe 2 or 3 listings that the client says, well, I'm seeing this on Zillow. Why is that not in my search? That's why they're not lining up. In the Paragon system, all the PSAR and NSDACR listings are there. It's just a matter of one of the search criteria eliminating a listing from the search results, which then leads to this. Use less search criteria, and then you'll get better search results. So if you have a very narrow search criteria, so I'm going to show exactly what that search criteria is going to look like. So hold on one second, and I'm going to pull that up. And the key differences where you will probably see some areas, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so here's the differences between Paragon and CRMLS. Well, the first one is wrong. So CRMLS and Paragon has 75 photos, up to 75 photos. So this sheet right here is outdated. The listing measurements for days on MLS will, in CRMLS, it does not exist, but in Paragon it does. The market time in CRMLS does not exist, but days on market is similar, and in Paragon it remains the same, it exists. And then the days on market in CRMLS exists in Paragon, but it does not exist in San Diego. And the status changes, going through that, they have some different statuses in CRMLS. Instead of contingent, they have active under contract. Instead of sold, they have closed. Instead of rented, they have closed. CRMLS has a hold status. SDR doesn't. And back on market is only in SDMLS, and it does not exist in CRMLS. Again, this is data syncing, not talking to each other. So if you have a search, for example, if you have a search in your MLS, SDMLS, where you want to look at just back on markets, you're not going to pull up the stuff in CRMLS that say back on market. Does that make sense? Can I get a head shake? Great. And then the property type changes, residential 2 to 4 is just now residential income in in PSAR. So if you have a search like that, it's going to pull up something different. Manufactured in park is something the CRMLS has. We don't have that in SCMLS. And then commercial sale, commercial lease, business opportunity. In CRMLS, it's hotel, mobile, park, office, and industrial. And then here's where you're probably getting some issues is the field changes. A neighborhood field does not exist in PSAR. A market area field does not exist in PSAR. Zip area in SDMLS is MLS area in CRMLS. Room dimensions, and this could be another search criteria you have in there, does not exist in CRMLS. And then the dollar and percentage of compensation fields is listed differently in CRMLS. Ownership is listed differently. And then remarks is public remarks. Remarks character count in SDMLS is 510, in CRMLS it's 1500. And then confidential remarks in SDMLS is private remarks in PSAR. And I will drop that into the chat bar as well, so you can all have that. And that's available on the website, as their websites as well, so that when you're doing your searches, you're going to understand, you can kind of see where you're going from. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. So where do you go from here? Well, you got to be patient. You know, technology is rapidly changing. I get your frustration. I know why you feel like, oh, the MLS sucks. It doesn't suck. It's all there. You need to know how to navigate to get through it. One of the things that I feel you can get through it, and I spoke with, who did I speak with today? Salma, sorry, Salma. She's not on the call today. I spoke with her today. One of the ways around it, and you guys have that technology, is the KW app. You should be using the KW app because that connects all the MLS's data, and we know that it's all there. And the great thing about that app, it feeds into your command, so you can exchange the information with your clients and know what properties they're looking at if you're utilizing that app that feeds into command, and you can communicate with your clients through command. That's one alternative. The other alternative, as I said, is broaden your search criteria. If you're going to go really narrow, then you've got to start like you're doing a CMA. Remember, you start broad and go narrow. And you might need to change some of your search parameters with your people that you've already put on an automated search. But I can't implore you enough to use command and use the app, because that's going to help you connect with your clients in a way that you're going to see all the stuff that they're looking at through the app. And I know you say, oh God, another technology change. Yes. Buckle up, sit back, enjoy the ride, because this isn't the first change. Ashley, you've been here when we went through an MLS change and how challenging that was for people. She taught people at our office in Little Italy, and you want to talk about the old book old timers having to learn a new system. It's challenging at best, but you've got to get used to it, guys. Three things, and one of the things is it's a tech-enabled agent. And the tech-enabled agent is going to be the one that outperforms moving forward in this tech world. If you've not witnessed the technology that's rapidly changing and coming into this industry.
Robert, the one thing I'm just going to add, it's a pain in the ass for everybody, but it's at least an even playing field. We're all experiencing it. So the first ones to find a good workaround are going to, launch past everybody else.
Mm-hmm. And Joe said this, when people were making comments on the Facebook page, the MLS sucks. He said, well, I'm not having troubles because I use, what do you use, Joe?
HomeSnap.
HomeSnap. HomeSnap's got all the data in it. And because it's being fed in from all the other sources. So you might need to find some workarounds to work around in, and realize that until the split that happened and they get all their fields to match up. And
Did they give you an idea of time frame for that, Robert?
No, probably. Are you kidding? No. They're working as, you know, it's about cooperation between the two associations.
Which there isn't a lot of. So just so y'all know, this could be a very long process.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, any questions on this, you guys?
Hey, Robert. Yeah, it's the one and only here. I just want to mention that when I was talking to the Kelly Rules lady, she said to look under broker ID, you know, where the agency box is on a listing. And if you see it's C something R, it's 3 letters or something, it starts with a C, you'll know that it's out of our area. So it really helped me to, when I saw that, I noticed there was no room dimensions. There was all kinds of things that were missing. At least that helped me to kind of understand that it was, you know, the crossover.
And you just bring up, thank you, Peggy, you bring up another important point, that we have a lot of out of area brokers that are listing properties in San Diego, and they might be a member of CRMLS. That listing might not even show up in an SDMLS at all. That's why you got to go into the CRMLS platform if you're SDMLS. And saying you're going to leave SDMLS and go to CRMLS, I mean, it's going to defeat the purpose, because you're going to be down there and you might not get of all the SDMLS data. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. And I know CRMLS is providing, oh, come down here, no fees. Well, they want your fees once you're there. You're still going to pay. And again, the data is the data is the data, as good as the data that you can find it. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I see some concerned faces on here. Are you like shaking your head?
Do you really want any of us to unmute and hear what's behind the shaking faces?
Yeah,
I'm not buying it, Robert. I am trying so hard. I am trying so hard to be supportive, to be positive, to be all of it. Our clients hate the KW app. I search an address in the MLS, an address. This is not a data problem. I search an address, it doesn't show. I have to go to Zillow and find the MLS number if it's from somewhere else. A new search who shows nothing, and the only things in there are bedrooms, baths, and zip code and price. I'm sorry, that's not a data compatibility problem. This is a mess. And we, you know who's losing? Our clients, because I'm setting up a search, I'm doing the work that I'm hired to do them, and the product's not there. So I'm not even providing my fiduciary responsibility to them. My client, your listings, it's not just us, I've heard from other people, listings, they're like, wow, what happened? Did the market slow down? Did the market fail? No, their listing wasn't showing up in the other MLS. So it wasn't there. So that's why they only had a few showings. I've been fortunate myself, other mistakes or other MLS numbers. We just got in early enough and fast enough and got a house that should have gone for 20 grand over list. And it didn't, because it wasn't showing up to enough of people. This is a serious problem. It really is. That's why we're shaking our heads.
Yeah. I mean, you're speaking, you're yelling at the messenger, not the message.
I'm not yelling. I'm frustrated. We need you guys more now than ever to continue to advocate on our part with these organizations.
Well, it's a whole nother conversation too about a national MLS, which will never happen. And there are people in the industry that have attempted to get it going, but the MLSs say, no way, you're going to take away our money.
It obviously is imperfect, but that's exactly why Gary Keller did what he did, imperfect as it is. I'm going to not say a lot, but I was vice president of SDAR when all this shit first started. And honestly, it's the reason I resigned. One of the big reasons I resigned, because it's just a money grab. And in my personal opinion, none of the associations really care about what we're experiencing. They care about the money that comes in, and the data itself is what they're reselling. Mm-hmm. So honestly, they don't listen to us as owners. They'll listen to you guys. I would encourage you, blow them up with emails and phone calls.
But in the same respect, you
And
guys,
we'll have your back on it. They don't listen to the people who aren't selling the real estate.
let me clarify that. Don't yell at the workers there. It's
No.
not the workers. They're doing their best to navigate the system that they have. It's the people in charge that need to hear. And so
Well, specifically, I would say first start with the board of directors. I'm putting that, and then the CEO.
Especially the CEO.
It's in the chat box.
But please don't yell at the customer service people. It's not their fault. I please beg of you of that. Treat them with respect because they're doing the best they can with what they are told by the higher ups.
Yeah.
Robert, can you hear me? Robert, I've noticed a disproportionate amount of listings that are out of area listings. In other words, they're not coming from our MLS, they're coming from SW, whatever they are, different sorts of listing agents. And I wondered what that is about.
Well, as inventory tightens, people are going to go everywhere in the state of California, which they legally can, to take listings.
Well, let me just ask you this. If you are a member of PSAR, for example, would you have a different MLS number on your listing? Like it wouldn't say 2000, blah, blah, blah. It would say something else.
Yeah, they have different MLS listing IDs that they're down there.
Okay, so that explains it to me that these different IDs just could be because they are not a member of SDAR.
You're speaking of a particular case I have no knowledge of. I'd have to look at the individual listings
I'm talking in general. It's been so many lately that I
Yeah.
couldn't understand it.
Yeah, I would look and see who the agent is and where they're located. Chances are, if they're not in San Diego, they're probably a part of a different association, and they probably have done maybe a reciprocal relationship input.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All righty. Well, Stephen, you want to send them off? A little motivation.
Wrap it up in a bow, Broker Bob. You got it.
All right, guys. Well, I hope that explained the background and the context behind what we're all working on. You know what? It is what it is right now. And I feel your pain. I get it. But it's all